I really feel one of the biggest culprits for failing relationships and marriages today is a lack of sexual intimacy. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't talk about this. It's a very covert thing. People don't talk about it. They might attribute a failed marriage to communication, to some physicality, but a lot of it comes down to a lack of sexual intimacy. And a lot of people confuse the act of having sex with sexual intimacy. And the intimacy is a very, very important part of it. And this is where I really want to talk about the need to find your rhythm as a couple. And this, especially as a married couple. And this is where the honeymoon is very important for both the man and the woman. It is said that in ancient Jewish culture, the man was to take 1 year away from work, a whole year away from work to get to know his wife. And a lot of what they talk about knowing their wife there is the intimacy, the physical intimacy. It's unfortunate now that a lot of people, when they go into marriage, the honeymoon is a week, 2 weeks, some days, a weekend. And some people even say we will have our honeymoon when we make money in 5 years' time. So they even push it away because we don't see the importance of it. But the importance of that time together is to get to know each other, to find that rhythm of intimacy. Because the interesting thing is that men and women view what we see as sexual intimacy in different ways. For a woman, it is a communication of love. It is like poetry for a woman. It is romantic. She sees it from a romantic end. For a man, it's almost like an obligation. It's a release of energy. It's not very romantic. It's not very poetic. The woman likes it slow. The man sees it as almost a charge. It's an admonition. He needs to get it off his chest. And this is what causes a lot of conflict in the marriage, because the rhythm never starts out the same. And this is where you must get to find out your rhythm so that you can mix this poetry of intimacy with the admonition that the man just feels a need to release energy. And that's what the honeymoon phase is all about. It's very important that couples understand this, and this is what brings oneness in a marriage. And you see, this is where someone might think, okay, so it might be important for us to start being intimate before marriage so that we start building that rhythm before. But it hardly ever works that way. The problem with that is intimacy cannot be built when people do not release themselves. So the problem with intimacy before marriage, why it doesn't help you build a rhythm, is the fact that for a woman, she doesn't feel secure. She wouldn't release herself because she doesn't feel like the man is committed to her. So there's a fear that if I release myself to this man, he might go. And then she clams up. And when there's a clamming up, there cannot be intimacy. Because at the back of her mind, she's like, would this guy be there with me? Would he just use me and go? And then there's also the thought of, I could get pregnant. And that stops her from totally releasing herself. This doesn't happen in marriage, because in marriage, she's married to the man. And for a lot of women, they want to get pregnant, so they totally give themselves. With the man too, there's also the fear of she could get pregnant. And so you do not totally release yourself intimately to the woman too. And so that's the problem. You can't work out a rhythm where there's fear. Marriage is the only union where there is no fear, where you both want to go into this intimacy to know each other. It is the only environment where you can mix that sense of romance and poetry and expression of love that the woman is looking for, and the admonition and the release of energy that the man is looking for. It can only happen in that marriage situation because you both feel free to express yourselves.